Hi, Sagittarius. Good morning. I believe it is still morning. Gosh, did that not seem like the longest weekend ever? So, I shout out to Melanie. Had a good weekend. I read I read two books this weekend. I was like, oh girl, do something else. But I hope others of you got to celebrate with your loved ones and your friends. A special shout out of love and prayers and blessings goes out to specifically Texas. Um, I believe that it's Kerr County. I'm not sure, but Texas has experienced some extreme flooding that they've lost a lot of lives out there, and our hopefully thoughts and prayers go out to the families, and that they find the rest of those kids. A bunch of kids went missing from a summer camp, got carried away, and I hear that there is another major flood incident in North Carolina. Um, so yes, I will tell you what, like prayer circles, prayer chains, all of that works, y'all. It works because I got to experience that firsthand. And speaking of, like, I'm not a religious person, okay? I am not an organized religion person, but I do believe in God and I have my own thoughts on everything, which I'm not going to share here. But let me just say that sometimes, things come along and you wonder, it really makes you wonder. And the universe is such a wondrous, amazing, magical thing, full of faith, right? So, yesterday I was going for my walk, which is something I do every day, um, because it's part of my program for myself. So I even do that before I do readings and everything. And it doesn't matter what time I get up. I know I have to take that walk before I get started with my day. So that being said, um, I I was asked for directions to a church that is like, I don't know, it's like 1 block over from where I live. And I gave directions, and then it was like right at that moment. Um, So I'm telling these people which way they have to go. And there's actually two churches in the area, so it could have gotten a little confused. But she's like, oh no, I see here now that I missed the right turn, right? This is just an example of how signs come through, right? And I was like, so, okay, so right after that, I felt good that I could help someone, right? And then I said out loud, was that a sign for me? And I looked down and there was, it was obviously a name at one point, but it was kind of etched into concrete, which probably, when they laid down the concrete, and it said little bit. Lilbitt. So on some level, that was a little message for me about, you know, um, more spiritual practice. Definitely. I do follow a few influencers that are pastors and like progressive pastors that I really like. So, you know, I was like, wow, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. And that can happen, and that's why you have to kind of pay attention to every little thing. Like literally. So when you're having um intuitive bursts, and we know when we're having them. When ideas come to us and we weren't thinking about it, you know, um or something could randomly come to your brain, and that's it. That's an intuitive hit. So, we can't sit down and write our ideas all day long, right? But I always suggest to carry a notebook with you, and you could write like one or two words regarding this intuition that you receive, because most of the time you won't receive it again. It's like a one time shot, right? And then at the end of the day, when you're able to have some time, you can actually expand on that. And there's just something that connects writing to manifestation that is so incredible. So I think today is a day that might be a little bit about manifestation. And I know that if you were hoping to get like a quick reading, moving quickly, this ain't the channel for you. So let's see what the fairies have to say. Okay, so a while ago I said something about really getting involved in the comments as a community. Like we can have conversation. And while I don't elaborate on the readings, because I also make money that way, I am going to start trying to be really faithful to the question of the day. And this is something you can comment about and really kind of get involved with the things that other people are saying, so that we can keep the conversation going. So the fairies said, use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So we're going to comment a wish. Comment a wish in the comments. Okay? Put your manifestations out there. I love it. Because you never know, that might be a wish that someone, a complete stranger, can make come true, or help with, or point you in the right direction. Manifestation works in very interesting ways at times. I said what I said. Okay. So let's get on with it, because I've done a bunch of things here, Sag. Look, a bunch of different things, okay? So I have this deck, which is I don't know if it's called the Spellcaster's deck. I can't remember what the deck is called, but we're using this for the desire of the day. So if you're someone who's having trouble sleeping, let me raise my hand right here. This is the one for you. Okay, so this is a mantra so that you could get more sleep. So I mean, you could say this before you go to sleep. You could say it now if you want to, but I do kind of suggest at bedtime would be a good idea. Dream sweet, sleep deep. I will tell you too, one of the problems, and you can let me know also in the comments if this is an issue you have. I wake up a lot. Like a lot. Ugh. So then, like, even though there were hours accumulated in sleep, a lot of times it's called broken sleep. I can feel like I didn't sleep at all. So here we go. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. And here's the card. I'm just put it down like that. So you can save it, timestamp it yourself, flip it, whatever you got to do. That's the spell for the desire for the day. Amen, amen. And also we're going to do the inside out. So the inside out is we're using the Akashic record cards, which is the records of all things, right? It's all of the information in the universe. It's in the Akashic records. So what you do know and what you don't know, that is what we are fashioning into the inside out. It's really interesting because break free and deception is what came out for what you do know. Like, you're really wanting a change, right? You could be even wanting to move, because break free is here. Break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. It's kind of like feeling like you're not living the life that you're meant to live, and you want to break free of whatever your current situation is. But what it's also telling you is that perhaps, and this may be what you're coming to deal with or to understand, that you're not seeing everything, right? It's not that you don't know stuff, but it's like you're being called to look at the total picture. Like, you could be starting to see why it hasn't changed. You know, and it's time for you to get clear on why it hasn't happened. So, or is there something you're missing from the big picture? Because sometimes when we're really wanting a change, there's something we have to complete in the current moment. You know, sometimes that has to do with relationships or money or what. There's something we have to complete here and now before that can happen. And sometimes we stop our own damn selves from making the change. And so it's asking you to acknowledge that, right? And this is what you know. So there's something here you know. And you could be coming into dealing with that now. Um, what you don't know is that you are standing on boundless possibilities and you're being called to reassess. Like, and what it's saying to me is that there's something about the current moment. I don't know, you're not seeing some of the joy in it, because you're being called to clean up your life in some way before you move on to anything else. And it may be also saying that you're not seeing the possibilities in where you're at right now. You see it as something as being held back, but there may be something about it you're not seeing. Woo, that was a lot. That was a lot, Sagittarius, because it does feel like there's something coming in, right? But and maybe that's why all of this is happening, because once again, we see grace and gratitude, and that is like being grateful for what you have right now, right? And if you look at the way that she's looking towards the past. So it's kind of like all the way up till now, right? Everything that's happened, Spirit wants you to be grateful for that, right? Because something new is on its way in, but it feels like they're telling you with narrow pathway, you may be rushing it. And to not rush making a decision, you know, to be very careful. There's something about this new thing, whether this is a move, because we saw that was happening. It's like, be very careful about it. So there's something that needs to have extra care taken towards it. And I feel like Spirit's saying, can you slow it down? You know, it's interesting because we saw something like that yesterday about rushing things. And you may rush it because you just really you think that this is, I got to do this. This is going to make everything better. So relationally, your relational message is interesting because we have passion, we have signs. So this is a twin flame deck. So most of the cards are going to come out for twin flames. So think of it more as a really deep connection. Okay, a soulmate type connection based on what you believe. I feel like it's calling for patience, but you may start to see signs. This could also be signs from a person, and maybe they're not obvious signs, you know? And the sign is asking for faith, it's asking for patience. But we will look at that. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like this is a person that says a lot because silence is here, but they made some sort of pact with you or commitment. Maybe you're not even aware of it. Maybe they just, kind of felt it and they haven't let go of that, is basically what it's saying. Um, but you may not be aware of that, honestly. Oh, I know all these readings are turning long, right? So the mystery cards, which the mystery cards are something we elaborate on in the extended. So I will let you know by the end of this reading what we will be focusing on in the extended. And that gives you a chance to have, more answers at a discounted price. So we have, this is interesting, outside interference, feelings revealed, marriage commitment, and peace offering. That might really be playing into the relational message, because there is someone here who really does want to seal the deal. I don't feel like they've told you that, and it's because there's been a lot going on outside of this relationship, but they could be coming in to make this happen. New information, new love. And I feel like there may be some new information involved, which, kind of sparks the flame again. But with rest and self-care there, you could take a step back to just take everything in, maybe process, and we'll look at that more and where that's headed in the extended, because that's what we do. But let's see what the tarot says. Wow. So on the bottom, y'all, look at this. 10 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords. It feels like there's a situation here, and it could be with family or people that you're very close to. I do feel like with the 10 of Cups, as I always feel, is that it's more than one person. I don't think the 10 of Cups is just one person, ever. Okay? It's the people that you're close to. It's your loved ones. It's who, yeah. I feel like you've been trying to work things out, perhaps, right? Trying to get things in a happy place. I don't know that it's really been successful. And I feel like this is you wondering if you should do any more, right? Like, it's because with the 3 of Pentacles, we want to be happy here, right? But something always gets in the way. And so I feel like you're here in 2 of Swords, right? Thinking, I don't know. I don't know. This could be another female. Or, the Queen of Cups could be giving you advice as well. But I just feel like you feel like maybe it's just time for you to move on. That you've tried enough. Yikes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at this. 10 of Wands. And the Devil and the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. I just feel like you feel this isn't working for you. And so, should I even anymore? So I don't know. That what seemed like a specific message for someone. But let's get into it because the vibe is actually really good, Sag. I know I skipped right over that, but and like it's like you're sharing something that you know with people and they're feeling very inspired and empowered by it. Okay, so this is really you helping people. Okay. Sheesh. Sounds good. So tell me about authority. Tell Heidi about authority. Oh, that's too much. Is there some overthinking going on here? Okay. Six of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. And the World. Wow. This is really something that you, and this will make things clearer for you. You've been doing it for a long time, basically, with the Six of Cups being here. And it really is what you were meant to do. So this will be something that you've known a long time. You may be spending time or have spent time kind of improving your skills. And it's really going to pay off. So what's this empowerment? So if there is something that you have done for a long time that really gave you joy, you could be turning it into a career. And in turn, this becomes your success because of who it reaches. Like, look at this. With the World, I feel like it's reaching a bunch of people. And with the World, we've accomplished something. We've gone through all of the lessons, so on and so forth. I love this. So empowered. Dudes, the Death card and the Nine of Pentacles, it's like, this is you winning, and this is a big change, perhaps. Like, I don't know. I'm going to use a silly example, but say you made friendship bracelets your whole life, right? From the time you were 12 years old, you made friendship bracelets. And then you came upon, and something brought it up. Maybe an old friend said to you, "Oh, dude, I still have this bracelet. Look, I still have this bracelet. I love it so much." And it kind of sparks that feeling in you again about how much you loved making them, right? And that encourages you to maybe take a class, maybe take it to the next level. And this turns into some sort of success for you. And it may also have this like community or charity aspect. So, for instance, and I don't know where this is coming from, but the World is really telling me that this helps other people. So I feel as if there's some aspect of this that helps other people. So maybe this is something you do so that you can give to a charity, or you hire people like specifically for your company that would really be helped. There's all sorts of things that you can look at for this. And wow, my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, the Empress is on the bottom with the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands. I feel like you're helping people out of bad situations. Wow. I also feel like they're reluctant to take your help. Wow. Okay. Okay. So tell me about these new horizons for Sagittarius. Three of Wands reversed. New horizons. New horizons. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, geez, look at these reversals. So it's definitely making you feel some kind of way. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you need gratitude, right? Can I have one more card for this? One more card for the faraway places. Eight of Cups. There we go. I feel like this is something that you wanted to do. Okay, whether it's wanting to move, it really feels like that. Wanting to start, new horizons, wanting to start something new. And you may feel like the past is holding you back, like something's holding you back, that there's delay after delay. Three of Wands reverse. There is a delay still. But I feel like you come to see it differently. The Four of Cups reversed is like something that seems like a bad thing, you're seeing like a good thing at this point. Like when you have time to really think about it. Eight of Cups, the Chariot. It is going to happen. I think it has more to do with timing than anything else. It's like you want it to happen quicker, but there's some things that need to come together, some ingredients, some information, some money. Oh, and it's going to happen. But it's not going to happen quickly. Okay? It does feel like there's a King of Pentacles that offers you help. There may be a string attached. Okay, I feel like that's why you're being asked to make your decision very carefully. Because with the Devil and the Fool, it kind of is, it can happen, but you may not have the freedom that you expected. So maybe it ties you to something else. So, like I said, there's a string attached. Wait. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands. I feel like it's a good opportunity, Sag. I don't know. I don't know, but it feels like a good opportunity. But let's move on to this passionate person. Tell me about this love mojo. What signs should Sag look out for that this passion is coming? Ooh, what's the sign? I think it's an obvious sign. I don't think it's going to be something you're going to have to decipher. It's someone, Nine of Wands, Judgment. This could be someone you already know, but it's like you haven't heard from this person in a long time, and then all of a sudden you do. They're going to tell you why, but this person has never stopped thinking about you, I feel like. They definitely want you to have faith in the situation. So that doesn't necessarily mean you had a relationship with them. Ooh, Page of Cups on the bottom with the High Priestess. It's like they never stop thinking about you. So what do we need to know about this person? Who is this person to Sagittarius? Who is this person? We do have Mercury retrograde coming, y'all. You know what that means. Who is this person to Sagittarius? Ten of Swords. Oh. Ten of Swords, Seven of Swords, Five of Wands. I feel like this is a person that you had an ending with, right? And you might think, and there's no cups here, so it doesn't really say that you've been in love with this person, honestly. They definitely make you mad. Like, I feel like you were really there for this person. And they make you mad, Sag. So, for sure. So, let's see. Wait. Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Like, so you may think, and here's the interference. So, there could have been situations with other people or something definitely that got in the way. And it really affected this person. Five of Pentacles. I feel like they miss you. I definitely feel that. Oh, wow. And they want to make things right. Like, can we make this right forever? You know what I mean? The Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Whatever it was that happened, this person lost. Honestly. And I mean, it could be that there was some sort of situation where they had to take care of someone that they ultimately lost or something like that. There was definitely some sort of interference which had to do with people. Well, okay. So we will look more at that situation in the extended, and some heavy energies in here, honestly. But let's get things wrapped up, Sag. Let's wrap it all up for you in a pretty little bow. And get, what's the good word? What's the good word for Sagittarius? I know this was a long one, Sag. What's the good word? What's the good word for Sagittarius? Okay. I feel like, so choose who you are becoming is reversed and external validation is upright. I feel like there's some sort of change coming in, and you may get like a lot of attention from other people, but they're telling you that you don't need external validation. Like if before you, with things, you kind of felt like you needed the approval of others, you're definitely moving beyond that, and that's who you're becoming. Yay! Okay, I'll do what I want. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? Shiz, yeah. So let's see the get you a tea card, which it can have a tea recipe for you, but it's mostly the energy that you're needing to embrace at this time, Sag. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Give me one card for Sag. There, and there it is. Look how pretty these cards are. They're so pretty. Okay. Oh, this is an easy one. Because some of these teas look kind of like outlandish to make, right? Lavender and chamomile, which I love, which Sagittarius is excellent for sleep. It's telling you need to step into this relaxation energy. But it feels like this might be the thing that helps you sleep. This is what I drink, Sag. I love it. I will use like fresh rose petals in my tea and real lavender. Yeah. Okay. Okay, y'all. So don't forget to put your wish in the comments. Okay, Sagittarius. I'm always thinking of you. And in the extended, we're going to take a look at the mystery cards as they tie in with this relational message. And also for the extended, I do a future prediction. So, yay. Toodles.